Traditional theology often presents Jesus as a divine exception, a figure defined by his separation from an inherently flawed humanity. Esoteric writings, including the Aquarian Gospel and records of the Essenes sect, suggest a different path. These texts indicate Jesus spent his unrecorded years in Eastern and Egyptian mystery schools, mastering a hidden system of internal cultivation. In this Gnostic framework, Jesus represents a demonstration of human potential, proving that the state of divine union is an achievable milestone for any individual who follows the same rigorous path of initiation. This perspective posits that spiritual power is a latent physical capacity residing within the base of the spine and the geometric center of the brain. Approaching enlightenment as a process rooted in human anatomy allows us to examine the specific biological milestones required to bridge the gap between the material and the divine. The journey begins at the lowest point of the human energetic system, located at the very base of the spine. Ancient yogic traditions identify this area as the seat of Kundalini, a dormant life force coiled at the base of the nervous system. When awakened, this energy serves as the primary catalyst for spiritual transformation. Historical accounts from the mystery schools of Egypt suggest Jesus was initiated into these specific techniques for raising this internal energy during his travels. Because this energy is localized at the bottom of the body, spiritual progression relies on a deliberate, upward movement through the nervous system. Moving this energy requires a vessel free of obstructions. Any physical or mental blockage within the nervous system prevents the upward flow of the life force. The 40 days Jesus spent in the desert can be viewed as a period of intense physical detoxification. Fasting clears the body of materialistic impurities that would otherwise stall the energetic ascent. Deep, isolated meditation further refined this vessel by dissolving the ego and the attachments of the material self, which serve as the primary psychological resistors to the rising energy. Mastering the breath, or prana, provided the pressure needed to guide this storming energy. Rhythmic breathing cycles actively push the life force through the higher energy centers of the torso toward the neck. These biblical trials provided the necessary energetic conditions to guide the Kundalini upward without meeting physiological resistance. The rising energy eventually reaches its apex, a pine cone-shaped endocrine gland located at the exact center of the brain. This is the pineal gland, celebrated in Egyptian spirituality as the Eye of Horus. For millennia, it has been recognized as the gateway through which the soul accesses higher dimensions. When ascending Kundalini energy strikes the pineal gland, it triggers physiological stimulation. This is the biological moment of spiritual awakening. The brain processes information beyond physical senses, allowing the individual to perceive the spiritual dimensions that underpin the material world. By perceiving the universe as a unified whole rather than a series of separate objects, the physical laws governing sickness and death become navigable. The miracles recorded in text are the natural results of a mind no longer bound by ordinary sensory perception. Christ consciousness is the state of continuous union between the awakened energy and the activated pineal gland. It is a level of awareness that exists eternally beyond time and space. This state is characterized by the total dissolution of the ego and the realization that all creation is an expression of the same divine source. Jesus demonstrated that by stabilizing this internal connection, a human can transcend physical limitations, eventually moving beyond the perception of death entirely. Esoteric teachings emphasize that this state of union is a universal principle. It remains accessible to any person who undertakes the process of inner purification and energy cultivation. The tools for achieving this divinity are not external gifts, but part of your own biological architecture. The energy and the gateway are already present within you, waiting to be activated.